and happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee, and you can find me at CreativeLeeYours.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US, and so excited that you're here with me today for our paper crafting fun. Yay, 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 yay. So if you're joining me when this video premieres, today is Tuesday, July 28th. July is almost over. Where has the summer gone? It's so fast, I know. But I am live with you in the chat, so say hello and let me know if you've got any questions as we work along here. So, always so much going on in the studio, but we have registration open now, and I have limited spaces available for my August Cultivated Creativity. Um, this is the Violet Dreams kit. So you can see a snake behind me there. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. We also have our new hot foil machine was released this month. And you've heard me talking about this. I've shared, if you're on my email list, I've shared some thoughts about it. Um, it's pretty cool, but it's not for everybody, right? So you have to figure out if it's the right thing for you. But if it is available, and it comes for a limited time. It includes the Metallic Magic craft class, which previewed this last week. So it's now live, so you can watch the replay at any point in time. So you can purchase the class, like if you already have a hot foil system and you want to know more and get some great tips from our artisans. It's worth taking the class, so you can purchase that separately. But if you purchase the hot foil machine, it comes with it. So it's kind of a nice little perk to have Stampin' Up! Share their expertise with us as we get started on this new system. So, all right, next, 25% off Paper Pumpkin. If you have never tried Paper Pumpkin, it's the time to try. You get 25% off your first kit. This special ends on August 10th, so only a couple more weeks to get your hands on this. I love Paper Pumpkin. It's a surprise in the mailbox every single month, which is so much fun. I really enjoy doing it with my grandkids, right? Or taking it camping or on vacation because, you've got that rainy afternoon and you're camping. Why not pull out some paper crafting? Or it's in the evening, you're hanging out, relaxing at the end of your day. Really nice to have. Travels easily and everything's in your box. I love it. And it makes a great gift for someone else. With the holiday season coming up, wouldn't it be awesome to gift a paper pumpkin kit to someone? Always good, always good. The last chance list. If you're out shopping in my store, don't forget to check out the last chance list. There's some really good deals out there, and it's going to refresh the beginning of August, I believe. So there'll be even more. So if there's something out there that you love, definitely get it before it's gone. Such an exciting time to be a demonstrator. We have pre-order going on right now for our September product release, packed full of fabulousness. There's a new catalog, there's online exclusives, so much goodness. And the join process is simplified. So all you do is go out, you sign up. If you're in the US and you join with me, the kit is $100, and you don't have to make any other decisions right away. You get an email once you're approved, which typically happens right away. And then you get a coupon for your $125 in free product. So you can go out and place your order anytime you want to. You can make the order as big as you want to, and anything, and apply this coupon code. Any rewards you happen to have in your Stampin' Up! Account already, you can use those if you want to. All good stuff. Anything above the coupon and rewards that you use counts towards your first month's sales, or your first quarter sales, I should say. That's awesome. It's a win, 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 win. And who doesn't love a good discount and getting your hands on things early? Yeah, the best, the best. All right. So if you really want to stay up to date with everything I have going on, definitely join my email list. I do gift out a free project guide bundle, right? It's project instructions for 10 to 13. It varies each month. Typically there's 12-ish, but sometimes it can go as low as 10, but it can go up higher as well. I think the most I've ever had in one was maybe 15. But anyway, chocked full of fabulousness. Great projects for you to just simply pull some products off your crafty shelves and immediately start crafting. We've done the heavy lifting for you. All the design work's done. We're telling you how to cut it, telling you how to put it together. All good stuff. So I gift that out every single month to my email subscribers. So just a little thank you for hanging out with me. So definitely check that out. Expand the video description and you can see the link to that one. All right, should we switch over and do our paper crafting today? Yes, let's do. All right, so for today's project, we are featuring the Framed Violets Stamp and Die Bundle. So this is actually the bundle that we are using for our Cultivated Creativity, which is my DIY paper crafting program. And I think it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love the purples, the blues, the silver accents in this suite. It's just really, really pretty. So the project we're actually making is this one right here. So we're using some of the ephemera sheet that comes in the kit versus sheets of the pattern paper. And of course, we're going to bring our design to the inside. Now, this is the bonus project. So every single month, I like to create a card or project of some sort as a little thank you or extra bonus to each of my subscribers. So I make 192 cards every single month to drop down into those kits. So I have to think about that based on the numbers that I'm doing. Is it manageable, right? Because I do a little bit each week until I've got all of them complete. And that's on top of all the prep work that goes into packing up and shipping out these kits. So I keep that in mind as I go. So I try to make things that are mass producible but aren't boring, right? So I actually created this in 3 different colors or 4 different colors to be able to take advantage of the ephemera pieces that I was using. So this one here is in Highland Heather. And today we're going to make our project using Hydrangea Hue. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The complete supply list and cut dimensions are on my website, CreativeLeeYours.com. So you can go grab that, download that, save that, so that you have all the information that you need to be able to recreate this one on your own. All right, so let's start off by creating our background. So instead of using pattern paper, which I do a lot because I love pattern paper, right? But for today's project, I thought I'd make my own background. Now, because I'm going to cover up the center, I'm just going to stamp around the outer edge. But let's say I wasn't covering up the center. If I wasn't covering up the center, I would want to stamp in triangles. And we've talked about this before. But so if I stamp there, then as I am working, I would want to stamp my second one and then create a triangle with the third one. So this would give me my set of 3. Now, I don't need to do that because I'm going to be covering up the middle. So I am just going to work my way around the outer edge, and I like to stamp off the edge. Because I think then it looks more like it was cut from a larger piece of paper. Does that make sense to you? I sure hope it does. And we're just going to fill in a little bit right there. And I think that's looking pretty good. Maybe we'll put one right there. Look good? I hope so. So I decided to use Versamark ink to give me a watermarked appearance, which works great across all 4 colors that I use. It made it so that I only had to pull out 1 ink pad versus 4 to give me that tone-on-tone look. Now, if you wanted to add a little shine to this, you could dip this in some clear embossing powder and heat emboss this, and that would elevate that design just a little bit more. Now, since I stamped with Versamark and I don't want that all over everything, let's go ahead and wipe off our surface with our chamois just to make sure we are nice and clean, especially since I remembered to get the chamois out, right? Now, I don't think I said what the size of this is. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now, I'm going to take a 4 inch and a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of Hydrangea Hue, and I'm just going to fold this in half. Let's burnish that edge with our bone folder. We like a nice, crisp fold. And then let's go ahead and adhere this down with our Stampin' Seal. Making that easy. Now, if you're not a Stampin' Seal person, you use what glue you like to use. This is my preferred glue to use. All right, now I've got a piece of Secret C cardstock that I have cut 3 3/4, and it's about 1 inch wide. And I want to banner clip this. So to do that, I'm just going to find the center-ish, add a clip however deep I want my banner to be, and then I'm going to clip from the corner to that slit. Makes sense? And then let's repeat this on the other side. If you have a banner punch, you could definitely use that, but I like to, this is a great way to just hand clip it, and you do pretty well with getting it centered, doing it in that methodology. At least I have found that to be the case. So let's go ahead and adhere this down. Why not? And I'm just going to center this more or less across my layer here. Nice? Love it. All right, we're going to set that aside for just a moment. Now we have used our scalloped, our framed violet scalloped, this large die here, and we've die cut this lovely oval. And I wanted to put a little bit of texture on it. So we're going to add some stamping. Now I've decided to use smoky slate ink for this stamping. I wanted a subtle appearance, but this is one of my favorite stamps, is this lovely, it's like a random dashed background. And I think it adds so much to the project by just adding this little bit of stamping on our oval here. So I'm just stamping in 2 spots. Now, because I've gotten ink on my surface here again, let's go ahead and wipe that off with our chamois so we don't get a little glue there. Got a little glue. But the good thing, it wipes right off the glass mat, which is why I love it so much. I do. I love it a lot. All right, so now I have my lovely oval. Let's go ahead and put this down with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Now, if you don't want to pop yours up, don't pop it up. I'm going to be a little excessive with my dimensionals here, just because it's the mood I'm in. So I am going to, that's a lot probably. You probably don't need, you could probably do 2 less, right? And put these more centered. But this is my mood right this minute. So this is how many dimensionals this one's going to get. And I'm going to lay this down on my card front. Again, I'm centering it more or less. All right. Now, I have already punched this out of the pattern paper, the ephemera sheets. And we're going to adhere this down also with Stampin' Dimensionals. I know. You're like, what? That's too many. It's not. It's not too many. No, you can never have too many dimensionals, can you? All right, so I could go crazy with this, but let's just put 4. It'll be fine. It'll be sturdy enough, I think. We'll see how it goes. All right, so I got that. Cute, cute. So you could have it come up above, like each one's slightly different. You could have it kind of go in with this. I think I'm going to have it kind of mesh into the scallop up there. That's kind of cute, right? Nice. I like it. All right, let's add a little bit of linen thread. I've got in the instruction or on the supply list about 10 inches. I prefer just to eyeball it, right? So I'm going to make my 2 loops. I'm going to crisscross. One's going to go in the hole and back out. And then I'm going to go ahead and just clip this off. And now I can futz with it. So is it 10 inches? I don't know. It might be. It might be longer. It might be shorter. I don't stress out over that. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just happy with how that looks. Now I'm just going to leave that there for just a moment. I've got a piece of basic white cardstock that is about 2.5 inches long and it's about 1/2 inch wide. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment with Secret Sea ink right on that little strip. So we'll take that and we're going to say, take care. Right, this could be for so many occasions. And we'll just stamp that right in the middle, best that I can, right? Put this away so we don't get it all over us, because that's what I do. Do you guys do that? If you leave your ink pad out, do you end up putting your arm in it or paper? I'm guilty. All right, so I just want to angle clip my ends. So you could use a die and do a fun die shape, but this is kind of a nice, fun way to do it as well. It gives it a little bit more character than a straight on sentiment. Now, I like to add some adhesive to the back of my sentiment and pick up my linen thread that way. You could go ahead and put it down on the card first and then just add the sentiment over the top, but I like to pick it up with my adhesive there. All right, so I'm going to put a dimensional there and a dimensional here. I'm not going to go all the way out to the end, and it's because I'm going to adhere it right to the popped up ephemera. And so I only want my dimensional where that's going to fall. And then we're just going to slide this on. And it might be in a different place for each one. And it's going to depend on how far down I shifted that versus where it sits versus the banner there. Cute? All right, of course we have to bring our design to the inside, don't we? Yes. Let's work on that. So I've got a piece of basic white. This is 3 3/4 inch by 5 inches. We're going to go ahead and just adhere this down. Let's just go ahead and get that in there. That gives me a nice place to go ahead and write on the inside the message that you want to send to your recipient. Now you could add a sentiment to this. I am purposely leaving it blank so that I can use it for whatever occasion I need to. Now I wanted to bring that same Secret C strip appearance to the inside. So this is actually 4 inches by 1, so it's just slightly longer. And I'm not going to banner clip this one. And I'm going to put it towards the bottom. I'm going to leave a little bit of white space and have that cross over my layers. You guys hear me talk about crossing over my layers. I do that a lot because I love to do that. Now I've also punched out a few little pieces from the ephemera, these little flowers in the leaf. So let's go and flip those over. And we're going to add a little bit of liquid glue to each of those. Just because the shapes, it's much easier to use liquid glue for things like this, in my opinion. You could use mini glue dots as well if you preferred. It would be hard to use my Stampin' Seal, I think. Maybe not. But in my mind. See if I can get that to, there we go. Trying to remember to use the tweezers. I don't do it very often, but I really want to remember. So I'm going to add my leaf down. Okay. And then we're going to add our flower. Don't overthink this. Just do it, right? Like you could play with it and play with it and play with it, but I wouldn't worry about it so much. Let's see if I can get that to lift up just a smidge. There we go. I'm trying not to grab it at the stem because I want to slide this in underneath there. Cute. So it adds a nice little touch to the inside, I think. What do you think? All right, let's see all 4 colors. So Hydrangea Hue is what we just made. Highland Heather was my original. Gorgeous Grape. And Fresh Freesia. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. All right, if you're a Cultivated Creativity subscriber, which color are you hoping to get in your packet? Yes? Do you have a favorite? I'd love to know. All right. Thank you guys for joining me today. If you're enjoying the content that I'm sharing with you, please give my channel a thumbs up. It does help me. And I'd love for you to invite your crafty friends to join us on Tuesdays. Yes? 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Every Tuesday I am live with you. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye for now.